and welcome to my channel. Today I've got a new nail art tutorial for you, which you could probably tell from the title of this video. This time I again wanted to paint something more intricate on my nails. My last tutorial on my nails was sort of more easy. I did that actually before I was going on vacation, so I wanted to do something then that I could do on both my hands. Today's look is going to be more of a speed paint type of video because, you know, I only did this on 3 nails and I definitely aren't going to try it on my dominant hand. Like, seriously, that wouldn't work. So yeah, today is more of a speed painting type of video, and this time it's about the Flying Dutchman. It's other one in my Myth and Legend series. And yeah, I just thought it was like a suitable thing for summer. I'll probably have to explain how my mind works. The thing is, the Flying Dutchman is of course a ghost on a ship, and a ship is on the sea, and you know, near a sea is usually somewhere a beach. And it reminds me of summer, so that's why I feel like this is a very suitable legend for summer. That probably makes no sense, but it made sense to me at the time. And I just wanted to paint something with ships, something slightly dramatic, so yeah, this just was suitable for my purposes. The story of the Flying Dutchman is of course like something that's been told like a gazillion different times. Of course there's a Pirates of the Caribbean version, but it actually has very little to do with like the basic story of it. Like I said, there's multiple legends. According to some, he became a pirate. According to others, he had an argument with the sea god. According to yet others, he was cursed because it was Easter Sunday when he set sail. But one thing that's like common in every, it's a common theme in every story at any rate, is that somehow his ship got wrecked and he got turned into a ghost who forever has to sail the seas. And whoever sees him, you know, will have a shipwreck happening to them. So he's obviously not a very popular guy probably amongst sailors. No one wants to encounter him because you're pretty much doomed if you do. But yeah, like I said, there's like multiple explanations possible as to how he, probably not on purpose, accomplished that. Some say that he sailed out on Easter Sunday, and of course, like, sailing out on a Sunday was probably already not a good thing, although I've also heard that it's bad luck to sail out on a Friday, although I'm not sure why. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of like superstitions in like, you know, old sailor stories and all. But anyway, sailing out on Easter Sunday was of course entirely not done. So yeah, there's one reason why he could have been cursed. According to others, he was like possessed with like speed and he wanted the ship to be as fast as possible. Was always chasing storms, and then one day he got into an argument with the sea god, because apparently that's something that happened in those days. And he got cursed. So yeah, his ship was incredibly fast from that point onwards, but on the other hand, everyone else on the ship was dead. And he was a ghost, and he had to sail the 7 seas forever as a ghost, which, you know, wouldn't really be worth it to me. Like, you know, be as fast as you want, yet get turned into a very lonely ghost. That's... I wouldn't say yes to that, but probably at that point he didn't have much of a choice, because at the point where you anger a sea god, it's probably just not going to turn out very well for you anyway. But yeah, and other than that, of course, like, well, the main thing, of course, the Flying Dutchman is that it randomly, in a storm, pops up from out of the water. Sort of seems like not all the way there, maybe slightly see-through, sort of glowy, maybe like obviously ghostly and awful and rotten and not something good. And any ship who sees it will actually get shipwrecked. Although it's not actually quite sure whether or not the Flying Dutchman just predicts it from happening or causes it to happen, so that's still up to debate. But yeah, I just always thought it was sort of a cool story, and especially like me personally, it wasn't even really the story, it's mainly just the image that I really like, of like the ghostly captain and the ghostly ship like popping up from out of the water. So on the first nail I ended up painting the captain standing on a ship pointing at the sea. It sort of looks as if he's flipping the bird at the sea. He's not, he's supposed to be pointing forward, like sail on, like that sort of thing was the whole idea. On the second one, the ship is popping out of the water as seen from the side of the ship. And then on the last one, it's the front of the ship popping out from the water. That was sort of the most difficult one to paint, by the way, because it's sort of an odd angle, really. But yeah, I just thought it made a cool combination. And of course, there's a storm going on with thunder and all. About the technique, by the way, probably should explain that as well. Well, shoot. I'm going to explain it anyway, for in case anyone also wants to paint detailed stuff on their nails. What I did this time is I, as usual, just started out with a background just because it's easy. And then I moved on to painting the figures. This time I did actually take care to paint everything in white first. just so the figures will pop more. So I paint the entire silhouette of the main character, like the captain, the ship. I paint it in white, then let it dry so that the other paints won't mix with the white, and then paint over them. And that just prevents the paint from sort of merging in with the background color of the nail. Of course you could just paint the entire thing. I prefer to use a nail polish as a background, like as a main background color. This one is I Don't Give a Rotterdamn by OPI, which is sort of misty grey with silver flakies in it. It's really pretty, looks really stormy. It did acquire like 3 or 4 layers to be opaque, but you know, once it's there, it is actually very pretty. And about the brushes, by the way, first, my acrylic paint itself is just very cheap acrylic paint. It doesn't have a brand name on it or anything. It's dirt cheap, but it works really well. You could use nail polish, but I'm not sure if you could get the same amount of detail with nail polish. Simply because nail polish is thicker and it dries different from acrylic paint. It's very much more difficult to work with for this sort of thing than acrylic paint, so I prefer the paint. The brushes are just brushes that I bought off eBay, just a very cheap set of like 12 brushes. And then I attacked some of them with nail clippers to make them even thinner. Like my detail brush, the one that I use for the outlines, for example, has about 3 hairs left. All the rest are chopped off, and yeah, this is like my main advice to anyone who wants to paint tiny details on their nails. Clip down your brushes and it will make your life a whole lot easier. And of course, once you're done painting, don't forget to let it dry properly and then add top coat. Because acrylic paint washes off in water and that would be sort of a waste at this point, probably. So that's the final result. I actually gotta admit I really like it. Like, I'm really pleased with especially how the captain came out. Like, I'm still sort of worried always about painting human beings and like having them look as if they haven't been run over by a truck. Like the whole shapes and angles and stuff. It's something I really practice at. And yeah, as always below the video you can find all the items that I've used. It's not a whole lot, but all the names and colors and stuff. At least with the nail polish, the color code is down there. Down there you can also find all my social media accounts and names. I'm mainly active on Instagram and I also always post it on Instagram whenever I upload a new video. If you did enjoy this video, please click the like button, it would really help me out. And if you want, you can also subscribe to my channel. I mainly do makeup tutorials, but occasionally also a nail art. If you have any requests from Mitch you'd like to see on my nails, I'd also love to hear it. And for now, thank you very much for watching and I hope to see you next time. Bye!